Somebody lives in this garage, yes? Perfect. 2 people live in this garage. What do you tell your parents? Moved to LA to support my dream. Living in a garage with another person. Thank you so much. Is this spacious 1-bedroom? Very nice. Very nice. I would be in constant fear of this opening up and a car that used to live here barreling straight in. They just come out like super shit-faced. They're like, oh man, not again. Shit. Looks like I gotta leave town again. I don't know what I'm supposed to. Before I forget, I have 2 kids. Anyone else have kids here? Yeah. One person who's like,
Yep.
Don't mention it. Great. So these are going to be really relatable jokes to all of you. It's going to be great. So these are less jokes and more cautionary tales. I have a 6-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy, and I have thank you.
Wait till they're teenagers.
That's what I'm talking about. And it's so weird that you guys clap because they might be the worst people I've ever met. Just so not nice to say about your kids, but if you met them and hung out with them for 5 minutes, you'd be like, I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes and probably never come back. That's probably should take off 50 style. Start a family 2 towns over. That's the best, is that someone would start a family 2 towns over. Remember before the internet when you couldn't find someone when they lived in your fucking neighborhood? Oh, that's the best. Before I forget, I just want to tell, my daughter always, if she knows I'm going to a show, she always tells me to tell the audience a joke. So her joke today was, why did the ghost go to the doctor?
Why?
Because he was scared.
Oh.
Proving once and for all, kids fucking suck at jokes. They suck at it. They're not good. Do you know how embarrassing it is for a professional comedian to go to a family function and a child tells a joke and they're like, the funniest thing I've ever heard. I was like, I fucking do this for a living. Suck a dick. Like, this sucks. There's no punchline. Like, what is this? What is the structure to this? What is your point of view? It's not even realistic. I'm getting so mad. Oh man. My daughter is 6 now, so she's becoming like a real person, which is really cool to watch her learn stuff. Because you don't know how much kids don't know until you have them, you know what I mean? Like we were playing video games the other day. Like, of course, she doesn't know how to tell jokes, right? She hasn't learned that yet. So we're playing video games the other day, and I didn't realize she doesn't know how to trash talk. So we're sitting there, and I push her character down a hill, and she rolls down a hill and loses like a bunch of points. And so I get really in her face about it. I'm like, oh, you want to fall down the hill, right? You want to lose all those coins? Is that what you wanted to do? And she looks at me, she goes, Daddy, you're hurting my feelings. And it took everything I had not to be like, shut the fuck up, baby. Suck it. But I didn't say that. What I did do was explain to her what trash talk is. I was like, babe, this is what adults do. This is what grown-ups do sometimes, is they make fun of each other a little bit and it makes the game more fun. And she's like, oh, okay, I got it. So a couple minutes goes by. She just turns to me and chops me in the throat. It's a good start, I guess. And then I was like, ow, what? And she looks at me and she goes, Mommy doesn't love you anymore. It's like, fucking Jesus, man. Like, you're not allowed to say shit that might be true. That's not how trash talk works in this situation. And she just looks at me again and she goes, she probably doesn't love you because you're not very good at this game. I'm like, fuck, no. Now that's trash talk, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. That's how you fucking do it. You ever have a child say something to you that cuts you to your core and you're like, that hurts my feelings? They're so good at hurting feelings, it's ridiculous. Like, I volunteer in my daughter's kindergarten class, and I volunteer every 2 weeks. I went in, 3rd time I go in, one of the kids comes up to me and he's like, you're here a lot. And I was like, yeah, Brandon, I'm here a lot. He goes, do you even have a job? Fuck, oh my God, that hurts so bad. Because I do this and I'm like, is this a job? What is this? Is this something? I don't even know what this is anymore. It hurts so bad. But I will say, she did come home and say the coolest shit I've ever heard. she walked in the door with my wife. I was like, baby, come give me a hug. How was school today? And she stops me. She goes, Daddy, I can't today. And I was like, I look at my wife. I was like, what's going on? She's like, I have no idea. And I was like, what's going on? And she goes, I can't hug you today because my arm hurts so much because I farted so loud during rest time that everyone high-fived me for the rest of the day. I was like, that's the dopest shit I've ever heard. I was like, what? Like, put that on a resume. That's the coolest thing. Like, imagine you go into like a boardroom and just shit your pants and like, fucking stock options, hell yeah! Fuck yeah, just pounding everybody. The CEO's like, do you want a jet? Like, what do you want? You can have it all with this attitude. I love it. Oh, my son, on the other hand, just a pile of garbage. Just he's 2, so he's allowed to be a pile of garbage. I don't tell him to his face. Like, I'm not like, hey, you piece of garbage. Actually, I do. I can't wait until he gets old enough, like 13, and his friends are over, so I can walk in and be like, what are you perverts up to? That's all I want to do as a dad. That's my only goal. But his new thing is breaking me down by shaming my body. I don't know why. Yeah, it's pretty wild. He gets in there good. He gets in between the ribs. I got out of the shower one time, and he was just standing in the corner of the bathroom facing the wall. And immediately I was like, oh, I hate this. I don't know what you want, but I hate every second of whatever this is. Because I've seen how Japanese horror movie starts, and that's exactly how they start. It's just a wet child facing the wall, and then you try to turn him around, and you're like, oh, I've been dead for 11 days, apparently. Who knows? So I reach around him to get my towel, and it's at this point he wants to square off to me, point up at my penis, and laugh the hardest I've ever seen him laugh. The hardest I've ever seen him laugh. And once again, you don't know that that's gonna hurt until it happens. You know what I mean? My wife's like, you look sad today. I'm like, I am. She's like, why? I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I went to the DMV and the thing in the bathroom after. But I thought about it after, and I was like, oh yeah, a son shouldn't think that his dad's penis is awesome. You know what I mean? That's way worse for him to square off and point at it and be like, nice! That's tight. That's a tight piece, Daddy. It's a decent rod. Decent rod? What are you, a bricklayer from Philly? What's wrong with you? Another time, I just had gotten out of the shower and I started changing. And they like to get when you're half wet, you know? And so I'm standing there with pants and no shirt on, and he runs into the room full speed. So he's out of breath when he gets there, and he goes like this, which means, Daddy, I want to tell you a secret. And I don't know if you've let a child tell you a secret before, but that shit's the biggest gamble you could take in your entire life. Because you never know. Because sometimes they'll be like, Daddy, you're my best friend and I love you and you're my favorite. You're like, that's nice. And then other times they'll grab your cheek meat and cough into your eyes. So, yeah, never really know. So I was like, whatever, I'm in a gambling mood today. I'll get down. So I get down on my haunches onto his level and I'm like, hey, buddy, what's up? And he goes, his secret is that he takes his bare hand and he cups my bare breast and he squeezes it 3 times and looks at me and goes, moo, like a piece of shit would do. And just another, my wife's like, what's wrong today? I was like, it's the same thing, but it's the tits now. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here. So I love my children and I hate my body. And I love you all. And I'm going to cherish this time we've spent together. And I love you with the fire of 1,000 suns. Good night.